What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Sideline Sports. I'm finally back. I have been off for quite a while, so I appreciate you guys who are sticking around and watching my podcast as I get back into the swing of things. But we're talking a little Niner football right now, and oh my God, if you did not see last night's games, holy shit, you should have saw last night's game. Brock Purdy, 25 of 34, 295 yards, 5 touchdowns. He threw 1 interception, but by and large, this was a statement game for the Niners offense altogether. George Kittle had 7 receptions for 115 yards. Juwan Jennings had 5 receptions for 71 yards. They each went for a touchdown in the game. Christian McCaffrey was off the hook. He had 6 receptions for 29 yards, but he also had 21 carries for 117 yards. He is knocking on the door of greatness. I mean, he already has been. But, guys, he's like, I think, 150 yards away from, like, the all-time rushing record. I have to look and see. But it's insane how good this Niner team is looking as far as the offense goes. I wish you guys would have seen that Colts game. Their magic number is down to 2. If they can just win the next 2 games, they can take the 1 seed. Now, the next 2 games are not going to be easy, but we have the Chicago Bears coming into San Francisco. I like the Niners on our home turf against the Bears. I know the Bears have a really good record. They're a good team. I think they're 12-3 right now, something like that. But I still like the Niners' chances against the Bears. I think this whole season is going to come down to the Niners and the Seahawks. That's going to be the final game of the season. That's going to be in San Francisco. I like the Niners to win out. I know a lot of people are maybe not thinking the Niners can do it. I think they can do it. There's a couple of reasons why. For one, when you look at the Seahawks, we all know who their quarterback is, and he always looks scared when the moment is at the highest. Now, if you take a look at how the Seahawks played that game against the Rams last week, when it came down to crunch time, there was a lot of players that were having a hard time making plays, and it all comes back to the quarterback and how he was throwing the football. So I'm just going to say right now, I think the Niners can win out. I think the Bears might be a little bit tougher game than even the Seahawks. We'll see. They're both very difficult teams to play. I know that sounds crazy, but guys, that Niner offense is finally hitting its stride. I mean, what else can you ask for from Brock Purdy? He was dropping dimes last night. I mean, he was threading the needle to pretty much everybody. He wasn't missing a beat. And I'm telling you, I think Brock Purdy's taking another step into the evolution of his career. And I can't wait to see what he looks like coming up next week against the Bears. So this is going to be a lot of fun to watch. Really, the question is with the 49ers now, guys. The question is, can the defense keep stride with the offense enough to take this team deep into the playoffs? I'm not sitting here trying to get excited about the Niners possibly making a Super Bowl run, because that is pretty far off, and it's tough to believe that that will happen considering how many people have been injured. But look at what this Niner team has done without some of the biggest starters on their team. Bosa being out, for example. I mean, guys, this defense has lost a lot. And so when we take a look at what this team is going to do in the playoffs, it's really hard to imagine that they can hold up their end. But with Saleh back, who knows? I think this defense is getting better and better every week. But the real question is can they improve upon where they're at now in time for playoffs and in time for this team to make a legitimate run to the Super Bowl? Who knows? Who knows, guys? Look across the landscape of the NFL right now, and there's nobody running away with it. There are a couple teams that are very good. The St. Louis Rams are a very, very good team. I'm actually surprised they lost to Seattle, but I'm glad they did, because now the Niners can have a path to the 1 seed where before maybe they wouldn't have. The Rams tend to at times fall apart a little bit when playoff times comes. I would love to see that happen if it does. I think the Rams have an amazing team. That would be the team that I would think would be a little scary to face if you're the 49ers. The Bills should be one of those teams up there that is a scary team to face. But for some reason lately, they just haven't been a convincing enough team for me to think that they're going to run away with a Super Bowl title. Now, Patrick Mahomes getting hurt, we know Kansas City is automatically eliminated. So no matter how much they win, they can't make it to the playoffs and scrape and claw to the Super Bowl like they've done before. I'll tell you what, the Chiefs in the last few years, when I look at them, I keep thinking This is the year they don't go all the way, and then they end up getting to the Super Bowl, whether they win it or not. Obviously, this year that's not going to happen. They're out. It's anybody's game, guys. So I do think there's a path for the Niners to go to the Super Bowl. Is it probable? No. Is it possible? Yes. I'm having a lot of fun watching this team just basically evolve. Sky Moore. Sky Moore is having an impact, guys. He had one reception for 23 yards, but he's also on the special teams, running the ball back pretty efficiently. Brian Robinson looking good. There's players all over the place that are making plays on the offensive side of the ball. It's just the defense has to come together in a hurry. If Brock Purdy could throw 5 touchdowns a game, I still think the Niners are a very, very tough team to beat because the defense, even though they're giving up points, they're not that bad. We need to we need to take a look at a few things for the Niners to make it deep in the playoffs. Number 1 is the defense. Number 2 is the offensive line. Last night, the offensive line played excellent. I was actually very surprised at how well they protected Brock Purdy. And as you could see, when they do protect Brock Purdy, what does he do? He lights him up, guys. He lights everybody up when he gets time to throw the football. Every great quarterback needs to be protected by an offensive line. Even Tom Brady, his greatness comes with a great offensive line, guys. If you took him and you put him on a bad team or a team that didn't have a good offensive line to protect him, Tom Brady would not have the career he has, not even close. I don't care. Put him on the Browns. He's not going to win a Super Bowl, probably. Or maybe he'll get one. He certainly isn't going to be to 6 or 7. So, guys, it's all about how you protect your quarterback. The quarterback can be great, but he needs help. So we need to kind of watch and evaluate and see, is this a realistic week in and week out performance that we can expect from the offensive line? I'm not entirely convinced yet, but we'll see. I like where the Niners are going. I'm optimistic. I'm excited to watch them play, win or lose. I haven't felt that way in a couple of years the way I feel right now, probably because I wasn't expecting much. So this is a really great surprise as a fan to watch this team evolve. And now going into next year, when we get some of our lead veterans back, then maybe, just maybe, you're going to see an even better team than you would have if they hadn't gotten hurt this year, because now you're getting the second-year guys, the rookies, some third-year players, a chance to go out there and make an impact and improve upon their game. And clearly it's working. Saleh coming back is definitely the magic that stirs the sauce of this defense, and there's no doubt about that in my mind. As long as he's a part of the 49ers, I think the defense will evolve. I'm worried because there's a lot of teams out there that want Robert Saleh as a head coach. You're already hearing, if you're watching ESPN or you're looking at the news, anything with NFL sports or anything at all, you'll see that there's already rumors of Saleh being courted by a number of NFL teams. So I wouldn't be surprised if he was gone, but I certainly hope it's just not a one and done year for him, because we need stability on the defensive side. And him being here for 1 year would be pretty bad, trying to replace him again. So let's hope that he doesn't decide to jump ship right yet. 2 or 3 years down the road, I get it. Go. I hope that it just doesn't happen soon. But I do think he's the guy that's going to make this defense hum sooner or later. Not this year, obviously, but let's see if it's just enough. If that offense can keep just evolving and getting to where we need them to be, then Niners, maybe it'll be a magical season after all. Who knows? Maybe Brock Purdy will take us to the promised land finally. Like I said, the NFL landscape, there's nobody walking away with it, guys. There's nobody walking away. We have strong teams in our own division that could do it. The Seahawks, the Rams. I think the Niners. I think the Bills are still a team that, without Mahomes in the picture, could run away with it. People will say the Eagles. I'm not convinced by the Eagles. I don't think the Eagles are going to go all the way this year. I think there's too much turmoil in the locker room, and I just think I don't think the Eagles have what it takes to get all the way. Could be wrong. Let's see what happens. It could be wrong, guys. I could be wrong, but hey, anyway, Niners looking good. 2 more games to go. Let's get excited. Let's go. Guys, this is fun to watch. Let's see what happens next week with the Bears. I do think that the Niners can beat the Bears on their home turf. The Bears are a very, very good team. They air the ball out. It's going to be a tough night for our corners, but the bottom line is if the defense can just hold slightly, just a little bit, so that Brock can get out there and throw some touchdowns, I think we'll be in a good place. So that brings us to a couple other things that are not really relevant to the way the Niners are playing right now, but interesting with the Brandon Ayuk saga, the way he's texting in code that I'm not really sure many people can understand. I definitely couldn't until it was actually translated to me what it is that he's, and then he was taking his car and driving 100 miles an hour past the Niners stadium. I believe that's a real video. I'm pretty sure that came out in a couple of different news articles. I'm sure that wasn't fake. Bragging about, I don't know, driving a fast car and not playing for the 49ers. It's actually quite embarrassing. I'm wondering if there's something mentally just wrong with this guy at this point. A lot of players go through this, guys. When a player signs a huge contract like this and they don't think they can live up to it or the pressure's too high, they crack mentally and things start going haywire. I truly believe this is what's happening with Brandon Ayuk, because before that, he was good. But remember, he signs a contract, he goes out. Within 4 games or so, he's hurt badly. A knee injury that's hard for anybody to really come back from. One of the worst knee injuries you can have as an NFL player. So, is he afraid he's not going to live up to that contract? What is it with that? I don't get it. The saga just gets crazier and crazier. But I do believe he has played his last game as a 49er. I think everybody knows that's a foregone conclusion. At the end of the season, he'll be released. I know that the Niners are trying to get as much money as they can back off his contract from all the violations that he has already committed against his contract, not showing up for anything as far as team meetings or practices for well over a month, not showing up in the summer more than I think once or twice. Just some really weird stuff, guys, going on with Brandon Ayuk. So I would say the sideline sports player of the week, sideline player of the week, we're going to start doing that. Sideline sports, sideline player of the week is definitely Brandon Ayuk with his craziness. It's insane how crazy this guy is, and I cannot wait to not have to talk about him anymore or talk anymore about this guy, except for if the Niners see him on the other side of the field, which I don't know where he's going to go play. I don't think his production is going to be super high. One other thing we need to talk about. 2 other things, that we need to talk about. Ricky Pearsall cannot stay on the field. When he is on the field, he is amazing. But when will he be back? We need him back like next week, guys. I don't know. He's got a contusion, a leg contusion, I believe. He's going to be out maybe next week too. I don't know what the return time is for him, but my God, we need him back. You can see the greatness on the field. He is just such a fast, agile player who runs his routes so perfectly. When he's on the field, he is a definite threat. And with Christian McCaffrey out there, and Pearsall out there, and Jennings out there, it's tough to guard everybody. Now, we know that Kittle had an ankle injury after this game. It's not a high ankle sprain, which is good. That means that the chances of him playing in the next game are pretty good, I would say. They thought maybe if it was a high ankle sprain, he'd be out 2 to 3 weeks. Would be very, very bad if that happened, but that did not happen, luckily. So I think we're good with Kittle, and I think the bottom line is right now we just have to wonder, is Pearsall coming back before playoffs or not? We definitely need to get him back in the next couple of games to have a solid chance of beating the Bears and beating the Seahawks. I think without him it will be difficult, but I also think the Niners can do it. But Pearsall is becoming one of those guys where you talk about him a few years down the road where you say, hey, remember Ricky Pearsall? He would have been just amazing if he could have just stayed healthy. And there are players out there like that when you think about it, they would have been amazing players. Most likely they would have been amazing players. But what happened is they just couldn't stay off the injury report list, and they just never made it. I really hope that doesn't happen with Pearsall, because Pearsall has only played, I think, 6 games this year. I mean, he's been injured a lot this year, a lot last year. It's just a very, very I'm not going to say sad situation because we haven't gotten there yet, but it's building up to be that way for Pearsall, and I hope it doesn't continue. I hope that he can just get healthy and get right and stop getting injured as much as he has, because we really haven't seen the best of Pearsall since he's been drafted. But we know that it's there. We know that he can really be a top tier wide receiver for this team. And with him and Jennings, it would be a really great combo out there, along with Kittle and CMC. So, guys, I mean, this offense is looking good anyway. You add Pearsall to it, and they're one of the best in the league. I have a feeling. I think this offensive unit is truly one of the best units in the league. They just have to stay healthy, guys. They just got to stay healthy. So let's see what happens with that. Hopefully Pearsall will be back next week. I wouldn't count on it. It sounds like it's week to week, but I don't know. I don't know if he's going to be back next week or if it's going to be a few. We'll know more in the middle of this week for sure. Let's hope Seattle goes out there and gets another loss. That'd be great. That would help a lot. Let's see if the Rams go out there and get another loss next week. We'll see. Probably not. The Rams are a very good team, and after losing the way they did to Seattle, I think they're going to be looking for a little payback. So we'll see what's going on with that. Guys, thank you for watching Sideline Barrier Sports. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. We got 10,000 subscribers, guys. It's been a year and a few months, I'd have to say, since we started the podcast, and it has grown substantially. We have 10,000 subscribers, guys. Let's make it 20 this year coming up, or let's make it 20 in 2026, right? Let's make 20,000 subscribers and keep growing this channel. Everybody loves watching Sideline Sports, because when you watch Sideline Barrier Sports, what you're getting from me is just real, no-nonsense content. You're getting exactly what the teams are thinking. You're getting exactly what the players are thinking, and you're getting the realistic views of it. You're not getting me just throwing crap against the wall to see if it sticks. I don't do that, because who wants to listen to this? Like, I'm not going to throw out ridiculous trade rumors and try and talk about which players are disgruntled, or what's, whatever it is. Just remember, guys, whenever you're watching any other news outlet when it comes to sports, half of it is just ridiculous crap, right? We've been talking a lot about the Warriors and Jonathan Kuminga and what's going on with them. And if you listen to other news outlets, I mean, half the time they're high on him and half the time they're not. I'm not high on him. I haven't been high on him for probably 2 years, because we've given him a chance to evolve into something great. He thinks he's something great, but we don't see it on the court. And he doesn't get playing time, because when he does, he's not consistent. And the Warriors desperately need something consistent for Steph Curry right now. Anyway, we're going to be doing the Warrior podcast tomorrow, so tune in to Sideline Barrier Sports and watch that. In the meantime, remember, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and hey, hard work beats talent when talent don't work, guys. I'll keep working for you. You keep watching, and I'll see you in the next one.